When your brain is struggling, your kitchen ends up looking like mine. But it's okay, we're going to work through it together. This is the current state of my kitchen, and I know it's not disaster level exactly, but everything just feels a bit off. The surfaces are cluttered, there's grime in places I've been ignoring, and in all honesty, it just needs a proper refresh. Some of it is the usual daily mess, leftovers from breakfast, bits and pieces that don't belong here, but underneath that is a layer of build-up that's been slowly creeping in because I just have not had the energy to stay on top of it lately. So today, I'm doing a full zone clean. And don't worry, I will explain what a zone clean is later. But right now, I am going to take it one job at a time, and hopefully by the end, this kitchen will feel functional again. So let's get started. So I started this zone clean with probably the most dreaded job of the whole lot, the oven. And yet I do not know how it got this bad, especially considering that we barely even use it anymore. We mostly cook with the Instant Pot and the air fryer these days, so this mess really snuck up on me. I don't usually use a lot of strong one-off cleaners, but this time I really needed to bring in the heavy-duty stuff. So I used one of those oven cleaning kits, you know, the ones with the big bag where you soak the racks, and then you have a really heavy-duty cleaner for the inside of the oven. I got one of those packs. The racks went into the bag with the cleaner, and they sat there for a good few hours. I probably could have left them overnight and that would have made it easier, but I didn't really have it in me for this oven clean to take more than one day. So I left them for about the minimum time, which is 4 hours. And I also used the rest of the solution on the oven itself, also leaving that to soak in for the same amount of time.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
So this oven clean took an entire day to do in effect. And this whole deep clean actually took me quite a few days to do. I did it a few jobs here and there over a few days. And that's kind of how I've been trying to approach things lately, just doing what I can when I can. After letting it all soak in, I came back and gave everything a really good scrub. It wasn't really fun, but it made such a difference. You don't realise how much grime is built up until you start removing it, and then suddenly you're like, oh, that is what my oven is supposed to look like. The oven door also comes off this oven, which is really handy when it comes to cleaning it. I didn't actually know this was a thing until quite recently. I think I saw this on a TikTok first, about a year or so ago, and I am so glad I saw that trick on that video because it made the world of difference.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale, the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes.
So that's the oven done, and it already feels like a small win. One job down and on to the next, which is the dishwasher and the washing machine. These are two jobs that are so easy to forget, but they do make a difference to how well they clean your clothes and dishes. And I know it feels like these two appliances should kind of self-clean and clean themselves, and to a certain extent they do, but there are filters that need cleaning and things like that, and the dishwasher you need to take off the spinny arm things that have the water flow through them because they can get blocked and greasy and all sorts of things. And then there's things like the side of the doors or the front of the doors that just don't really get cleaned and they really build up the dirt. So on both appliances I removed all of the filters and gave everything a good clean. It's amazing how much grime gathers in those little corners, especially in those areas like rubber seals and around the edges where water sits. So I wiped everything down and got into all of those hidden spots where dirt and build-up just love to hide. Then once I'd done all the hands-on scrubbing, I ran a full cleaning cycle on both machines. Dishwasher cleaner in one and washing machine cleaner in the other. These cleaners do a great job at reaching places that I can't, and they just help keep everything running smoothly. The washing machine in particular is really quite important because we've got pets, and I do wash dog bedding and stuff in these machines, so there can be quite a lot of build-up if I don't keep on top of it. This is one of those jobs that doesn't really make a visual difference right away, but it definitely feels better once you know it's done. Plus, keeping on top of it does mean fewer weird smells and fewer breakdowns down the line. dive in too deep, I wanted to quickly explain what I mean when I say zone clean, because I know some of you might be wondering. I follow a system called the FlyLady cleaning routine, and one of the routines in this system is the zone clean, and this is where you break your home into 5 different zones. Each zone gets a full deep clean once a month. So instead of trying to clean the whole house all at once, you focus on just one area or zone each week. For example, week 1 might be the hallway, week 2 the kitchen, like I'm doing today, and so on. This method helps keep cleaning manageable and less overwhelming. It also fits nicely into a monthly schedule, so you know what exactly you need to tackle and when. I have found it super helpful in keeping the house feeling fresh without burning out. That said, I have been struggling a bit with keeping my routine steady this year. Executive dysfunction has been a real challenge, but even so, this zone system gives me a framework to work within, and I can always come back to it when I can. So that's another couple of jobs ticked off the list, and let's keep going. And after tackling these machines, I moved on to the kitchen sides, which actually weren't really too bad because the kitchen surfaces are one of the jobs we do keep on top of daily, even on our bad days. So I just needed a quick tidy and then a slightly deeper clean than I'd normally do. I started off by clearing everything off the worktops, even the bits that normally live there, like the salt and pepper pots, oil bottles, utensil jars, that kind of thing. I gave everything a good wipe down and cleaned underneath where things have been sat for far too long. It's just one of those steps that makes a bigger difference than you'd expect, and just having clear surfaces again feels really nice. I also took the time to clean all of the little things that live on the counters, because they can get surprisingly grubby. And a quick wipe makes everything feel fresher, and it is so easy to skip when you're just doing a surface tidy. Once the counters were clean, I moved on to the cabinet doors, and this is one of my least favourite jobs in the kitchen. I don't know why, I think it's just a little bit fiddly and repetitive. But it really does make a difference, especially around the sink and the coffee station, because these kitchen cabinets just tend to get splashed on and sticky, and really gross really quickly. I don't do this cleaning part every week, but I do try and include it in my monthly zone clean, just to stop it getting too out of hand. Our kitchen is also a little tired and shabby, but at this point there isn't much we can do about it other than to try and keep it as clean as possible. At some point we do plan to have a new kitchen, but that's quite a big purchase and a big commitment, so it has to wait a little bit longer. So with the surfaces and cupboards done, things are really starting to feel a bit more under control. It's one of those moments where the space suddenly starts to feel lighter. There's still more to do, but we're getting there. So now it is time to tackle the coffee station, which always ends up messier than I think it should. It's one of those areas that we use constantly, so it builds up grime without really noticing, until suddenly everything's sticky or dusty or both. I took apart the coffee machine and ran a full descaling cycle. And while that was going, I cleaned all of the removable parts, so the drip trays, the water tanks, and anything else that would come off the machine. It just got a good wash in hot soapy water. I also gave the coffee grinder a proper wipe down because coffee grounds get absolutely everywhere. And then once all that was drying, I gave the whole area a deep clean. I wiped the surfaces, the shelving, and cleaned behind everything. This is such a high traffic spot and it was long overdue.
I know that you are having a hard time right now. That everything seems to crumble around you. I know that you feel all alone in this world, but you have to put your trust into us, and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best for you. I know that you are having trouble believing right now that everything is gonna be alright. I know that you feel all alone in this world, but you have to put your trust into us, and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best, what is best for you. I know that you feel all alone in this world, but you have to put your trust into us, and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best for you. Best for you. For you.
After that, I moved on to a job I don't do very often, which is cleaning our water filter and kettle. These are a couple of jobs that are so easy to put off, but they make such a big difference once they're done, and I really should do them more often. I emptied and cleaned out the water filter jug and gave it a proper scrub, and then I rinsed everything really, really well. I also took the time to change the filter while I was cleaning it. One day we might get one of those fridges with a water filter built in, but they take up quite a lot of space and this is not a big kitchen. Our kettle wasn't too bad, but there was a little limescale build up on the spout, so I cleaned that up, and then other than that, the kettle just needed a wipe down. Next up was one of the worst jobs in the whole room, the back door. This door has a dog flap in it, and our dog is in and out of it all day, and with the garden work we've been doing lately, you can probably imagine just how dirty this gets. It's fast. There was dirt in every crevice, smudges all over the glass, and the flap itself, honestly, I'm not sure I even want to talk about it. This was a really disgusting part of the room to clean, but also strangely satisfying. There's something about seeing all of that grime lift off that really makes it worth it. And I gave the whole thing a proper scrub. I wiped down the frame, the glass, the flaps, everything, and it did make such a difference. I think this is definitely something that needs to go on a more regular cleaning list, because if I leave it too long again, it's just going to end up back in this state. But for now, it's clean, and that feels like a small victory. Cleaning, I also wanted to be open about why I've been struggling with my routines lately. This year has been a tough one for me when it comes to keeping a steady rhythm in the house. I've been dealing with something called executive dysfunction, which makes planning, organising and following through on tasks really quite hard. If you haven't heard that term before, it's basically when your brain struggles with things like focus, memory and time management. And it can happen for all sorts of reasons. It might be neurodivergence, chronic illness, fatigue or mental health issues. For me, the combination of executive dysfunction and some ongoing mental health challenges, topped off with some IBS and fatigue flare-ups, it's just made it a lot harder than usual to stick to routines or feel motivated. But I'm learning to be kind to myself through it, recognising that some days are just bad brain days, and that's okay. So if you're feeling the same, know that you are definitely not alone. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just take things one small step at a time and give yourself some grace. finished up the clean the way I always do, vacuuming and cleaning the floors. It's the last step, but it's one of the most satisfying. After all the scrubbing and sorting, giving the floors a good clean really pulls everything together. I vacuumed up all of the bits that had gathered while I was cleaning, crumbs, dust, dog hair, everything, and then I gave the floor a proper mop. This kitchen floor takes quite a beating. Between me being a very messy cook and the dog running in and out from the garden all day, it never stays clean for long. But just for a moment, it looked spotless, and that felt like a little reward for getting through the rest of the clean. It really is that final touch that makes the whole room feel fresh and reset. And alright, I am done, so let's take a look at those before and after shots. I am so impressed with the difference. It's amazing what a few days of focused cleaning can do, even when your brain isn't quite cooperating. The kitchen feels lighter and fresher and so much more inviting. It's definitely given me a good baseline to keep things tidy for the next month, until it's time for another kitchen zone clean. Thank you so much for sticking with me and keeping me company while I worked through this. It truly makes such a difference knowing you're here. And if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed yet, I would absolutely love it if you did. I miss her and I make lots of videos like this with my wife Blaze. We also share updates on how we look after our home in general and our ongoing projects with the garden and renovations. If you want more regular updates, check out our Instagram or Blue Sky, that's where I post the most often. I hope you have a lovely day. I will see you next week.